a bit shut, but otherwise we are okay.
Okay, good, good. Yes, we're still working from home as well.
Oh, all right.
Yes.
Yeah, still waiting for more people to join, then we start officially. I'm giving
Okay,
them,
great.
That's fine.
yeah, we're giving them 5 minutes, then we start. Because it's a recorded thing, I will also share it.
That's fine.
Okay,
It's
great.
okay.
Yeah, but we need to have audience like 15, 20 people, then we start.
It's okay.
Good.
Yeah, Nairobi is also good, nothing much.
Good, good.
Yeah, everyone is struggling to see how they can keep business moving on, especially this time when things are tough.
Exactly, yes.
And I understand it's the same thing all over the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure.
Yeah, we hope this corona thing will be a thing of the past, because yeah, it has really impacted everything negatively, especially schools here. They closed early, because our school terms are from January to early April. Then we start again in early May, but schools closed almost mid-March. Even up to now, they have not opened as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
it has been. Mm,
Yeah, they just started opening up the schools here, where half of the class can go to school and then the other class does homeschool, and then they switch. So,
Joining us is Enoch.
all right. Oh,
Joining us is Enoch from Uganda.
okay. Hey, Enoch.
oh, great.
Hello, Enoch. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Great. Hi, Enoch. How are you doing?
Yeah, I know I'm working, but let me see if I can connect the video.
Okay. We are already,
Greetings, Enoch.
anytime we were starting the meeting.
So sorry for the poor background.
Looks beautiful.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah. Nice
That-
trees.
Yeah, they're very beautiful.
Yeah, I love nature.
Great.
All right.
I just want to test if sharing a screen is possible. I've not used this much. I just want to share my screen a bit. Let me know if it's coming out well.
Sure, before the audience.
For the audience, yes. Is it coming out well?
Sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
looks good.
It's coming okay. Wonderful. That's fine. So I can stop now. Then proceed once we have enough audience.
I'd invited some few people that I'm waiting to join.
Even here as well. I think we might have other people joining as well. Some were complaining about the data, which is quite expensive and so forth. But I think we might have some guys coming for the
Sure.
webinar.
Great.
I have 5 people on the waiting room, but I've admitted one who is working under me. That is Charles Murithi.
All right.
Enoch, don't you have curfews at your place?
No, you know, in my home, there's no curfew. So you're free to move anytime you feel like.
So when are you going to settle down and give us your presentation?
Now I'm already set. It's already on the
Alright.
point. This, it's ICT.
Okay.
so that I need to get a light room so that maybe you can see me very well.
Sure.
Well,
Charles,
can go and
can you hear
discuss.
us?
Uncle.
In 3 minutes time, we will start so that whoever will join us will find us when we have already started, because we have time and I know everyone has a program. What we are going to do is to record the presentation, the meeting, and ensure that we share with different people, whoever wants to hear what we have said today.
Perfect.
That
It's
sounds
okay.
good.
Yeah, we need to keep time. In the next 10 minutes, we will be, in the next 3 minutes, that is, at 7:10, we are starting off.
What about the people you were saying they are in the waiting room? Are you
Yeah, I will
admitting them?
admit them. I'm admitting them. I see 2 have already left. Yes, Charles, how are you?
I'm good. As I can see, the meeting is starting. I think I'm in dark room, but
In the
I'm
next 2
following.
minutes, we are starting.
Okay.
So kindly prepare the African anthem. Is there one?
I don't really know of the Kenyan anthem.
We are not going to do that, but we are going to start in a style.
Okay.
Introduce, I'm Enoch. I work with the Conservation Trust Uganda, and I'm here to share with you about ICT in urban schools. I'm so glad that my NGO focuses on ICT for the youth, and we do computer training. And at a certain point, we went out to schools, and the government itself has played a great role to promoting ICT, because by the time we were studying in A level, we are bound to do 4 subjects, but none of them was about computer. But for the past 5 years, they have introduced ICT. So a student at A level is supposed to carry out ICT, so that they're able to meet the market demands. Yeah, however, we have been faced with several challenges. These challenges could represent a certain school or many schools, and one of them is lack of knowledge. Our trainers, those are the teachers, don't really have the skills to teach computer. So this ends up having students who are either not baked or half baked, and they also lack in their skills. Then the most challenge that most schools face is about the funds to set up the infrastructure. Those are the computer labs. After the computer labs, you have to set up the internet. You have to buy the computers, the hardware stuff, the softwares. So this makes it very difficult for schools to really engage in these programs. So so many schools have been left out, and they end up producing poor trained teachers. I'm sorry, students. Then the other challenge that is being faced right now is the mass will. Mass will, I mean, the public did not really embrace it so well. That they feel so scared to embrace ICT, to the extent that even the teachers themselves feel that their jobs are threatened. So they try so much to not to get involved in anything concerning a computer. So we need really to try at our level best to engage the public to embrace ICT. However, despite of the challenges, ICT has opportunities. Yeah, and sorry about that. I was gaining access to my home. The lights are off. One of the opportunities is that with ICT, it broadens opportunities. There is a wide base of knowledge. There is a wide base of learning. Even here where we are right now. I'm in Kampala. You guys are in Nairobi. One is in Australia, and we're exchanging. So it creates that platform. There is a wide range of opportunities that come along with it that we need to embrace. Then, for the sake of teachers, it enables learning aids. As you are all aware that teachers need to prepare schedules, aids before they go to a class. So with ICT, they have these skills and they got the software and they're able to share the information. So with that being shared, I was able to design something ways we can implement through my organization. So let me just put it on your screen. So, yeah. Can we all view it? Geo, we've been able to design a few key points that can be done. I don't know if I can read through them or I can just leave you guys to read. And I'll share it. But let me go straight to implementation. Yeah, one of the tips for implementation is that we want to develop long-term relationships with ICT teachers. You know, reason being that every time we are nearing national exams, so many schools approach our NGO to come and help them coach their students to pass exams. So they feel detached from the program. So we are finding ways how we can come have a long-term relationship with these ICT teachers so that we can share with them the latest learning materials and also keep on training them on and on. Yeah, then the other tip when we're implementing, the curriculum really lacked content, the one they're teaching students, that major stakeholders were not involved, especially the teachers themselves. So they end up teaching things that really are not applicable for a student to come and meet the daily market demands. Then the other tip is that we really want to involve more and more schools and have partners in terms of schools so that we can share our scope about ICT learning, the computer programs, and anything related to ICT. Ladies and gentlemen, that was my brief presentation about ICT. I do welcome reaction. Thank you, Felix.
Thank you too, Mr. Enoch. Wonderful job. Maybe we can ask Mr. Abbott or Jared to raise any question if you have any. Any question for Enoch, please?
It all sounded really, really good. So I don't have any questions at the moment. But yeah, I think once it gets started, it really looks good. Looks nice.
Yeah, as you have seen from Kampala, the same challenges that schools are facing there, even when Albert from Zimbabwe will come over to speak, you will see we are almost facing similar challenges. And that's why we brought Untis on board to ensure that together we can come up with a solution to our schools. Basically here, Enoch, we are trying to promote these products from Untis to ensure that those challenges that schools face, the school management now, the teachers, the parents, and the school organization, the challenges that they face maybe in organizing the timetable, in communicating with the students, those are the simple things that we need to dwell on, because those are the things that Untis has solutions for. So it's high time that, gentlemen, you allow me to invite Mr. Halbert.
Thank you so much, Felix. Let me start my presentation on how Untis has positively impacted schools in Zimbabwe, and allow me to share my screen. Allow me to share my screen so that we can proceed. Just a minute. Okay, share my screen. All right. I hope you're looking at my screen now.
You can see it.
You can see it. That's fine. I'm going to do a brief presentation on how Untis has impacted schools in Zimbabwe. Basically, schools had been manually timetabling since time immemorial until the introduction of Untis, which has been a game changer. And the production of the timetable was the responsibility of the deputy headmaster, assisted by senior masters and math teachers. Manually timetabling could take about 3 weeks to come up with a timetable, which will still not be perfect as well. Here are the challenges that were faced. Number one, there was no way to detect clashes. It would only be teachers who would clash in a room, who would come back to the administrators to say that there was a clash in their classes. Number two, the master timetable was produced showed only what each class would be doing, and you could not even see what each teacher would do. For the teacher to get a personal timetable, he had to go through that timetable to try and to extract their own timetable. And at one time, at one school, I heard that there was a teacher who was not going to teach his class subject until students complained to the headmaster that they were not learning one subject. When the teacher was asked, then the teacher said, "You know what? I made an error in copying from the manual timetable." And all students had already lost, but the administrators were not able to effectively manage that. There was no way to verify that teacher loads were okay. Other teachers would be underloaded, other teachers would be overloaded. But for the administrator to be able to check that, because it was manual, they could not. And it would also take weeks to try to correct clashes, and other clashes would also result from the corrections, and other clashes ended up not being resolved just like that. There was no way as well um, to verify errors. Sorry. There was no way to verify errors like duplication of loads, whereby maybe one subject has been given 2 teachers per class. There was no way to be able to verify that, and even to verify deployments or overloading of classes, it was not possible. And then it was also difficult for school administrators to effectively supervise teachers, as they had no handy information as to what each teacher would be doing at any particular moment. However, with the coming of Untis, it now takes only a few hours to come up with a completely perfect timetable. And When all deployments are okay, normally you take less than 3 hours. With someone who's fair in terms of keyboard skills, take less than 3 hours to come up with a secondary school timetable. Each teacher, each class, each subject, and each department and the room, yes, a individual timetable that will be extracted from the system. Master timetables are produced for classes, for teachers, and rooms as well. Now it is now impossible to have clashes. With the UTs, it will never clash. The system is designed in such a way that it will make sure that each one teacher is allocated to teach a particular subject at a particular time to a particular class in a particular room. So it is not possible to have clashes at all. Now, instead of the only deputy headmaster or the maths teachers coming up with the timetable, anyone with the basic computer skills can produce the timetable. Even the receptionist, even the computer teacher can come up with a school timetable. Some people were holding schools at ransom because they would have the skills to come up with a timetable. But now, anyone who is trained and who is computer literate is able to come up with a timetable. There's also the aspect of input validation, which detects duplications and class overloads at a button click. After inputting all the data, there is a data verification through diagnosis that happens, and you're able to see errors which are there and they are solved. Now, school administrators can effectively supervise with information on their fingertips. They are able to know what each person or each class must supposed to be doing at a particular time. And any changes to the timetable, which are caused by transfers, resignations, or even death, are effected within minutes, and an adjusted timetable will be produced. I think that's the end of my presentation. But basically, UNTC has brought efficiency to the way that schools are run. Remember, the purpose of the school is for the principal, for the headmaster, to be able to manage everything, and the teacher is to teach, and for the teacher to teach, he must have a perfect timetable, and also for the students to learn, there must be a timetable which does not clash. So with Untis, clashes are not possible, and efficiency has been brought to schools. Instead of teachers spending more time working on the timetable, they are able to devote their time to teaching and also to research what they will be teaching. As a parting shot, at one school, as a parting shot, at one school, which is a boarding school, teachers normally knew that their timetable would be ready after 3 weeks into the term. But when they came to the staff meeting 3 days before schools opened, they were shocked to receive individual timetables. And I'm told they spent a month looking for clashes and they could find none. Untis is a game changer. Thank you.
Wow, wonderful. It's a wonderful presentation, wonderful experience. We have seen that Untis is playing magic down there in our schools because
Sure.
as we all know, the importance of technology in education. It's cost effective, it enhances modes of communication, minimizes cost and saves time. So it's also easier to manage students with Untis, as I've heard from. If I may ask Mr. Abbott, for how many years have you used Untis down there? How many years have you worked with Untis in Zimbabwe?
It's 8 years now.
8 years.
Yes.
Great.
And
How
we've
is
got
the
almost
experience with the teachers and maybe the directors of schools? What do they say about Untis?
one thing that they do is after assisting them, after training them, because basically what we do is we don't want to do the timetable for them. We train them to be able to use the software to come up with a timetable and then support them as they go using the software. So it has really brought efficiency, and most of them become our brand ambassadors because we solve problems that give them headache, and they end up now referring other schools as well to have this software, which will help in terms of the running of the school.
All right.
Okay.
Can see we are running out of time on my watch, but we can't end this without hearing from the source, from Jared. Now you are the source of
Yeah.
information. Jared is going to
Chief.
tell us more about Untis, how many years has Untis worked with schools, and maybe the new experience that they are ready to bring about in the African market. Welcome, Mr. Jared.
Thank you very much, Felix, and thank you, Albert and Enoch, for your wonderful presentations. So I won't keep you too long. I will try and keep it short. But my name is Jared, and I've been working for Untis for the past 4 years now. So Albert has 4 more years that he worked with Untis. So he's the more experienced guy than I am. But I have the privilege of working with Untis as a consultant. And so I do a lot of trainings for various schools in various countries. And also I support our partners worldwide in their duty of selling and promoting Untis. Now Untis as a company exists since 50 years. So we're celebrating our 50th birthday this year, and is one of the largest operating programs for timetabling software. So the software started with timetabling, which is the main core of the program. So if I may, I just want to share my screen with you really quick. Okay, can you see my screen or?
Sure, can see.
Yes. Okay, great. All right, so Untis timetabling. First of all, just a short couple of topics that I would like to just barely brush on today. First of all, just general information about Untis. And then what is our vision? Creating a timetable with Untis. And then I would like to give you a short demo presentation of creating a timetable. And then if there's still time, I would like to maybe short look at our web Untis and the digital class registry. Depending on time, maybe we'll do that in the second meeting. We will see how that works. So maybe a little bit of general information about Untis. Untis is used in over 25,000 educational institutions, like schools and universities worldwide. Untis is translated into over 35 languages. And Untis has over 45 distribution partners worldwide. Yeah, so those are just the general facts about Untis. Now, a little bit about us or our mission that we have. So creating a timetable is a complex task. So as Albert already mentioned, it can take up to 3 or 4 weeks if you do a timetable by hand, because it is very complex. So Untis assists you in generating a timetable suitable for the needs of your school. It's online extension of web Untis. Additionally, it also supports your everyday school life with its many different features, for example, class registry or other features. All right, what is our vision? Our vision is based on the idea of making everyday life at school easier. Our values are focus on our customers and service, continuity and reliability, top quality and sustainability, and security and continuing development. All right, so that's just a little bit of general information about our company and how we would like to support schools in the task of timetabling, or actually even in the everyday work load that you have in your schools, so that teachers have more time to spend with their students, teaching the lessons that they would like to, that they are called to teach. So what are the first steps to create a timetable? First, in Untis, you create a file similar to Word or Excel. You install Untis, then you enter the license data, then you save a file, and then you enter the school data. The school data meaning you enter the school year, so when does the school year start, when does the school year end, and you enter the time grid of the school. So when are the various periods? How many periods do I have per day? How long should those periods be? Then the master data needs to be entered. So first we need information about the classes. We need information about the teachers, about subjects, and about the rooms. After that, we enter lessons. So we create the lessons and we do the room allocation. And we also can do double periods if that is necessary in your timetable. Then we can create the timetable. We have two possibilities to create the timetable. One of them is the manual planning, and even planning manually with Untis is a big help, because even when you plan manually, you cannot create any clashes. It's just not possible. You automatically will get a warning saying that a teacher is already teaching at that time, or the room is occupied at that time, or the class has a different lesson at that time. So clashes are not possible. And the second part is the automatic planning, which Untis has a very good algorithm in order to create a timetable automatically. Then, as Albert already mentioned, we also have a tool that is called the diagnosis. So there we can check to see if there are any mistakes, if there are anything that needs to be changed. And we see that in the diagnosis of the timetable. Then you can publish the timetable, and first you can create a layout. You can create the timetable and have it look the way you would like it to look. And of course you can print the timetable and hand it to your teachers or to the students, or hang it out somewhere. You can also make an HTML file if you have any monitors or anything like that in your schools. You can then present the timetable there, or you can also send it to Web Untis. And then everybody can also have their timetable on their smartphone with the Untis app. For Web Untis, it is necessary to be online though at all times. So you would have to need a good internet connection for that part. For creating a timetable in Untis, you don't need internet connection. You can do that locally on your desktop computer. All right, so let's look into the my timetable demo. So right here you can see a screen of Untis, and right here you can see an empty timetable. So I already created my master data, and I already created lessons, as you can see here beside my timetable. And here I could start just planning my timetable manually. So you see, green is no problem. Red, there might be a clash or something else that that might be disturbing. And then I can also lock these periods and say, with the automatic of the timetabling system, I do not want these two lessons moved. So, and then you can just do an optimization. And right here as a demo school, I just have a small school. So you will see that the optimization will go very fast. With a large school, it might take a little bit longer, might take up to half an hour or an hour. But that is only with a large school and a deeper optimization strategy. So I will just go here and have it. You will see all of the lessons are put into the timetable. Then they're all calculated around and I have a finished timetable. So now you can see I have the timetable for all of my classes, 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, and so forth. I also can, of course, open up a timetable for my teachers. Here I have all of the timetables. Make that a little bit bigger. For my teachers, for example, I can go through and have a look at all of the teacher timetables. And of course, also what Albert also mentioned was I can have a timetable overview. So I can just have here, for example, a class timetable overview. And here you can now see for all of my classes here, Monday through Friday, I have all of their timetables here in an overview timetable. And of course, I can also do the same for my teachers and also for rooms and subjects. Here, I have all of my teachers and I have all of their timetables here. So I have a beautiful overview of their timetable. So this is the main core product of Untis, and a lot of planning and things went into it. Like I said, we've been existing for 50 years, so a lot of development has been going into that. Another product that we have, as I mentioned earlier, is Untis. Untis is, like the name also says, it's web-based. So in order to use that, you need to have a stable and good internet connection in your school. For the timetabling right here, as I mentioned, you don't need any, you don't need the internet. You can do that on a desktop without using the internet. Maybe just really quickly so that you can see what Untis looks like. Okay, let me just get the right thing. Okay, here. I have my Untis, and of course I will need a login there. And here I have different options. So for example, I have here all of my timetable as well. So the timetables I created in Untis, I also have here on the web. So all of the students can just look in here and have their timetable here, or all of the teachers can have them here. So for example, I can look at a teacher's timetable right here, and the teacher can also then go into the class registry and has here all of the information about his class. So for example, all of the students that are in his lesson, and here you can say if a student is absent or not. So for example, Emily is absent today, she's sick, so she can't attend the lesson, and you can put that here. You can also enter the teaching content that you put in here, and you can say yeah, whatever you did in this lesson. And say, for example, you had an exam, and you can save that. And then it tells you here that all of the content, you put all of the content in here. You can also enter homework that the students can see on their mobile device what homework they have. So you can see there is a lot of different options that we have. We also have a messenger included in this here, which is very similar to WhatsApp. So you can also communicate with all of the students in your lesson and can help the students there. So this was just a very quick little overview of Untis. And if you have any more questions or detailed questions, like I said, we have partners all around the world. In Kenya, we have Felix, that is our partner. And in Zimbabwe, we have Albert, that is our partner, and they're wonderful. They do the support. They can help you create timetables and all of that. And of course, we here in Austria, we're here as well to help anybody that needs help. So thank you for the time, Felix, that I could have to present Untis to you. Felix, you're muted. Felix, we can't hear you. You're muted.
Mr. Gerard.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Enoch speaking. Eh?
Hello, Enoch. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been listening in very carefully.
Yes.
And I've liked the software, if I may. Should I call it that way?
Yes.
Okay. So I have a few concerns, which are also questions at the same time. One, the latest one is about the where you say that the student can log in a student on and off. So apparently we have a biometric system in our schools, whereby when student is accessing the school, he or she can sign in with a fingerprint to show that she has entered the school. And and this helps in monitoring attendance of the students. So I was wondering, is there any way you can connect the software to the biometric system, or it's independent?
At the moment, it's independent. So at the moment, we don't use the biometric system. We would have to see how complicated something like that would be to integrate that into Untis. Would be a possibility.
But you can share the database from the classroom registry to the timetable. You can still import the files, the CSV files.
Yes, you can import files, yes.
My other concern is about the online data.
Yes.
Apparently, I would say that 90% of our schools in the country don't have direct access to the internet. So I don't know how we can really program the offline application to be useful.
Yes. Well,
third but not least is that I was requesting, I don't know if we can partner with you people and we try to sell off this program to our partner schools. We do teaching computer in, see how we can generate and improve on that program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Enoch. I think it was a good concern. Mr. Jared will respond to you. I wanted to give Mr. Mwangele an opportunity to say something before, so that Mr. Jared can come up with a conclusion.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
You can hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes? You can hear me?
Can hear you, sir.
Yeah. First, let me say that I kind of joined a bit late.
Sure.
But I've liked the program so much. Only that I wish I could get more. Yes.
Yeah, we will organize for more time and maybe have a one-on-one presentation. I do a demo for you.
Yeah.
So that
In
you
fact,
may
I wish,
understand more.
yeah, I wish once the school is open,
Sure,
you can come and present the whole program to us and the teachers.
sure,
For one, I think it is one of the best things that can happen to a school.
sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Jared,
Thank
this is Paul Mwangele from Kaba High School, St. Michael Kaba High School. You remember we prepared a demo license for Kaba?
Yes, yes, I remember.
Yeah, it's,
Oh, you did? When was
yeah,
this?
we prepared a demo license. We came over, we trained, but still we haven't concluded the deal with the deputy because the timetable is the first
we
date.
never. Yeah.
After the
Okay,
timetable, then you go
I
ahead.
remember. Yeah, probably you can organize again and come now if the program is complete. You know, you never completed.
Sure. What we were giving you at first, Mr. Mwangele, was the timetable. Now we can come up with the web Untis. If you have stable internet, we can bring the whole program as you have seen it from the presentation by Mr. Jared.
No problem. Then we can talk. We set a time. You come. You talk to us. You conclude everything, and then, of course, the program is good. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you, Jared.
Thank you.
Yes, Jared.
Sorry, more questions? I kind of, yeah, blew out of the meeting for a short time.
Yeah, I understand you are getting into another meeting at 8. We have a gentleman that we need to hear from him. I haven't yet recognized him. This Infinix Hot 5. Kindly say something and tell us where you have joined us from.
Yeah.
Yes, it's you that we need to hear from you, sir.
Yes, are you hearing me?
I'm speaking. There's a gentleman here who has earphones. We want to hear from him. And we also hear his concern about what has happened today.
Hello?
Yes.
Felix, are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you, Mr. I'm getting you. I've recognized you now, sir. He's my friend down from Machakos. And maybe he can add on something what he has heard from us.
Okay, I know I have a bit of a challenge of a network. Also, I have joined just as you were about to finish, but I've heard it's a good lesson. Are you hearing me?
Yes, yes.
I got lost due to the network. Are you hearing me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, so it's a good it's a good program. It can be emphasized to the secondary schools. Although you know we have a bit challenge here at Machakos at the Idiria areas. We have the challenge of.
Oh, sorry, we have lost him again. Maybe Jared, you can conclude and the question that Enoch asked. It's okay, it's okay. Jared, maybe you can conclude with the you can respond to the question that Enoch asked from Kampala.
Now, I think now you can hear me. Could you just repeat the question really quick that you would like to have answered?
was speaking of if the web Untis could be programmed and designed in a way that it can work offline.
Offline, okay, yes. The web part, unfortunately not. That is really a web-based program. The timetabling part that I showed you, creating a timetable, you can do all of that offline. So you do not need that. You also can do substitution planning offline and things like that. But the class registry, that is something that is online and will not be made offline, unfortunately.
He spoke of having him as on the board as partner in Kampala.
Okay, great. About what?
About selling Untis products in Kampala.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, we can, because we are in touch with him, and there's also another gentleman in Kampala. I will see how we can coordinate, we communicate, then we get back to you on that.
Okay, sure, great. Of course, this, yeah, right now we have travel restrictions and things like that. But if you have 10 to 15 schools in Kampala that are interested, we can also organize, yeah, I can come down to Kampala one day and we can do a training there and everything. Like I said, at the moment we have restrictions. We cannot leave the country, but hopefully in the next couple of months, things are going to be better. And then we could do that. We can also do online trainings like this anytime.
Wonderful. Mr. Abbott, maybe your closing remarks on the meeting?
All right. I think for me, I will just say Untis brings a lot of convenience and efficiency in the learning and administering of schools. So it will be the best recommendation for schools as well, manually timetabling to start using Untis. We have no possibility of clashes. We are able to have a timetable within a few hours, and much time can be resorted to learning, and the school administrators are able to effectively manage the teachers and students, while this also teachers resort their time to learning or to teaching only, because they will have a proper timetable without any clashes whatsoever.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hubbard from Harare. It will be
Welcome.
unfair if we close the meeting without inviting Mohammed Shukri. He's my colleague, and we have walked this journey together since last year with Jared up to today, and we are still pushing. So kindly, Shukri Musa. Shukri, can you hear me? Okay, his network has issues. So it has been a wonderful meeting, Jared, and thank you, Mr. Mwangele. Thank you, Enoch. Thank you, Hubbard, for the information and the wonderful session that we have had together. We know there is the challenge of internet, but it has been a successful meeting. So we will organize for another meeting, and this time round, as we organize another meeting, we have to front a parade, a crusade on our local administrators to ensure that they equip our public schools, because without right equipments, without right facilities in the schools, it will be hard to implement Untis, as we have heard, because we know that most of our schools are so poor in terms of infrastructure, and also the teachers, some of the teachers are not well equipped on ICT knowledge. We need to give them some training, we empower them, and through that we are going to ensure that every school is going to embrace ICT, and through embracing ICT, they are going to buy this product, Untis. Thank you everyone for joining the meeting. Have a wonderful evening. We will share everyone can send their emails. I will share the wonderful session. Mr. Abbott, you will share the presentation you have just made. Jared, you will also share the presentation with me so that I may distribute it among the audience, the people who have joined the meeting today. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.